Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Hart, and I want to apologize to you for the surprise technical problem that we had during the video conference yesterday. It looks like my computer decided on its own to go through an update process, and so it completely shut down and then went through an update process. So I'm very sorry about that. It was something that was completely out of my hands, and so I'm creating this little additional video recording to finish up with the presentation that I did uh, that I started last night. So as best as I can determine, we stopped at this slide, which was about using spell check in the Word program through Microsoft. And I'm going to assume that most, if not all of you, are using that. I know that some people use some other text creating programs, but these can cause some problems in not being able to be uploaded into the course. So I would really strongly recommend that you use the conventional Microsoft Word. Now, I'm finding that a number of people are, they're writing, but then they'll misspell something and they'll leave it misspelled. And this really detracts from good writing. So, and this is a very easy problem to solve because all you have to do is write in Word to start with, and then use the spell check feature in Word to check the spelling. And I would say about 99 times out of 100, spell check is going to find your problems and it's going to suggest some corrections, and then you can correct it, and that's really all you need to do. So just doesn't take very much time to do that at all, and it's a very quick and easy way to improve your writing. Now, there's another feature of Word that's called grammar check, and it's not quite as useful in our situation here because some of you are using occasionally Spanish word order, and grammar check will probably not pick that up. It will not indicate that it's an error, or it might indicate that it's a grammar error, but it'll have a hard time suggesting how to fix that. So you can certainly try using grammar check, but I would suggest that you use it as advice, but it may not be helpful to you, okay? So the basic sequence for doing a good job of posting in the course is, first of all, to write out your posts for both MyELT or for D2L on a Word document. Don't write it directly into the course first, because you're going to want to do some editing. You're going to want to check for bad spelling. You're going to want to check for grammar errors or whatever. So I would suggest that you open up a Word document, write out your paragraph or your sentence or whatever it is that you're writing for the course, and then edit it. Okay, run spell check if you want, run grammar check, go through, think through what it is that you've written, and then after you've edited your document and you feel good about it, then post it. Do a copy out of the Word document and then paste it into the discussion post, paste it into the Titan pad. I'm going to be saying a little bit about that in a minute. Or paste it into the MyELT blank space, okay? My strong recommendation is that you don't post until you have written and edited your post. I'm seeing a lot of people where it seems like they're simply writing things out just to get it out of the way and not going back and not editing it, and it's really bad writing, okay? So this is one thing that you really need to get used to, is going back and editing your writing, okay? Now, next slide. is the Titan pad. Okay, so I've created Titan pads for, I believe, everybody in the course. You might want to go into the school uniform discussion and see if there's a Titan pad for you. If there is not a Titan pad for you, please let me know and I will create one for you. Okay? The idea of the Titan pad is that this is a really good way to write out something and then to get comments from your fellow students and from me, okay? So what's going to happen is, as I explained to you just a minute ago, you're going to write out in a Word document your response to, in the case of the school uniform discussion, you're going to write out a paragraph that's going to present some of the strengths and weaknesses of having a school uniform policy. You're going to write that in a Word document, then you're going to copy and paste that after you've edited it into the Titan pad for you, okay? Then your job, after you've written and pasted and posted your Titan pad message, then your job is to look at 2 other people's Titan pads and to make comments to them, make suggestions to them about improving their writing. I would really prefer that you focus on the quality of their writing and not so much on the quality of their arguments. Now, I mean, making a good argument is important, but to tell you the truth, the real focus of this really needs to be on the quality of their writing. I really don't want to get into big debates about whether schools should have uniforms or not, okay? So that's not really the point. That's going to be a distraction. What we're really trying to focus on is the quality of your writing. So now let me show you how you can make comments. So what you do is you go down here to the chat and you can write in your comments here and then press enter. And when you do that, your chat item will show up here, and you can also embed some comments up here, okay? And write immediately underneath your fellow students' comments and paragraph. What's going to happen is that you'll see that there are different colors up here. So my comments or my statement is in pink here, but you can change this to other colors and then put your name in there, and that will show that the person who originated the paragraph will be in one color, and then you will have a different color, okay? So try that out, and we'll start using that, I believe, next week when we have the school uniform discussion, okay? Now, just a couple more things. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, some people are writing in Spanish word order, and that's understandable, of course, because Spanish is your first language. If you're not too comfortable writing in English, then you're probably going to be using a little bit of Spanish word order and a little bit of English word order. So, like for instance, here's an example. The Spanish word order is, he come to the house, and we had a good time while we played games and had a good supper. Okay? Now, that's not too bad in terms of word order. There is a problem here in terms of verb tense. So he come to the house should probably be he came to the house. And then one of the big problems that I'm seeing with people is that they're not using commas correctly. Okay? So the better way of writing this sentence is, he came to the house, comma, and we had a good time playing games, period. We had a good supper. In other words, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking this long run-on sentence and you're going to be dividing it up into clauses with commas and a separate sentence. Okay? This is a very common issue that I see with many Spanish language folks, is that, in Spanish, really, there aren't any pauses. I mean, people are just talking and 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 talking. And in English, it's shorter sentences, and they're divided up into clauses. Okay? So that's something that people, I mean, I don't take it personally. I see it in just about every English writing class that I've taught here, all right? So it's just something that you have to learn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish with this sentence here. While she unliked the class she was in, she liked the friends she have in the school. Okay? So what I want you to do is, if you want, you can write out a corrected version of this and send it to me in the course. You can send a message to me with the corrected version of the sentence, which will be good practice, and I'll give you feedback about that. Those of you who did not get a grade for participating in the video conference, this is one of the quiz questions that is that you can do to make up for missing the video conference or improving your grade for the video conference, and I'll see how well you rewrite the sentence, okay? Just one more thing is that the basic comma rule that we're dealing with here is that if there are two clauses, they should be separated by a comma, all right? So this incorrect version here is she was a good student and she was put on the dean's list. That is not correct because there isn't a comma after student. So this she was a good student is a complete clause. It's an independent clause. And so you should put a comma after that so that it should read, or you can combine the two if they're and do it that way. So she was a good student and was put on the dean's list. This is not an independent clause because it does not have a subject. It's a dependent clause, okay? So if you want to get more information about grammar and punctuation and comma rules, you can go to this link here, grammarbook.com, punctuation/commas, and there's some very, very good guidelines there. But there are lots of other sources of information about this as well. So just Google, comma rules, and you'll come up with pages and pages of websites that will help you with comma rules, okay? So that's about it, I believe. So hope that helps. And once again, sorry about the technical problems. Hopefully that will not happen again. Bye now.